Hello and welcome to Malo TV. So, on this channel, we react to news that is especially soccer news. I can't say especially soccer news because we only deal with soccer news, and we react to the news. And I'm not going to promise you that I'm very reactionary, and my reaction can change anytime. Just yesterday, I wanted to react to the Lukaku news. I'm a Chelsea fan, and I was very angry with Lukaku. Then I wanted to react, and I actually recorded a video, ended up deleting it when I gathered more information and realized it might not be as clear as I thought it was. It might not be, maybe I missed the context or something, so I just ended up deleting the video and say I'm not going to react that way. But that's how I react. I react to the I think I'm a proper fan because that's what football fans do. You react according to what you've been given. And what I heard at the moment was he disrespected the club, and I was angry with that. So I recorded a video that I wanted to post. But here at Malo TV, I'll give you my opinion on soccer news, and you can give me. I'm more interested in your opinion on what I had to say or what you think of about what would have happened. So I'm also not very happy with the recent events because the Africa Cup of Nations is starting, and I'm very excited. I'm from Africa, and I'm very excited because I look forward to the Africa Cup of Nations. But the disrespect that is being shown by European journalists is actually it's very atrocious. I don't know why they think so lowly of Africa. I know we don't have as much money. Our leagues are not as prestigious as theirs. But that doesn't mean that we don't value the little that we have. We love this tournament of ours, and you have to respect it. Let the players come. Watford, I know you know, CAF was very understanding, and they allowed, because FIFA stipulates that supposed to come 13 days before the tournament, minimum 13 days before the tournament, and the players are supposed to be leaving by the 27th of December. But because the EPL, which is probably the only league that I follow that much. I don't know much about La Liga. At least I follow here and there, but I don't know much about La Liga. But with the EPL, I just felt like the teams didn't show a lot of respect, especially Watford. Then you have Jurgen Klopp. I know he's a very respected manager, but I have lost all respect that I had for him. Even on his press conference yesterday, he was at pains trying to explain why he hates the Africa Cup of Nations and why we should scrap the tournament. And it's not going to happen. Then you also have a problem with the tournament being played in January. Yes, in Africa, it's off-season, except maybe in South Africa, because South Africa, I don't know why, for some reason, they follow the European League. I know in Europe, you only have 5 days of summer. That's why you have to play your tournament in 2 years. Your league has to be played in 2 years. So you have your 5 days in summer, you can use them to the max and go out on holidays, which is important, which is fair and fine because it suits your environment. But in Africa, we don't have that. We have the privilege, like in equatorial regions, where we don't have winter at all. So we can play our seasons at the beginning of the year to the end of the year. And it can only be a year season, and that's how even our Champions League is played. So we can't have the Africa Cup of Nations played during the off-season in Europe, because during off-season in Europe, that time where you play your tournaments around June and July, that time is where our league is we are in the middle of the league. We actually have a transfer season in August. Sometimes some countries have it in July. But the point is, our tournament runs according to what suits us, and we will run the tournament according to what suits us. I don't know why CAF will always be bowing down to the pressures of Europe and end up changing things. They had even proposed to play the tournament. It used to be 4 years. They made it change 2 years. I'm happy with it, even if it's played every second year or even every year. I'm happy with it because I love to see the national teams play. I love African football. I love the way it's crazy, the vuvuzelas, all the noise that is not organized. I love that, the drums that are played. I love that, and that gives me a different kind of passion that I get from watching Chelsea while I'm sitting at home, because I have no other way. I don't even think I'll ever get the privilege of watching the Chelsea playing at Stamford Bridge. But in Africa, I've visited so many stadiums and I enjoy the environment. So just leave us to enjoy our Africa. Okay, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is I just want to show you that it's not that bad. It's not that bad that the players are leaving. I have graded all the 20 Premier League teams according to how much it's my rating and how much I think the players that are leaving and the effect that it would have on the individual team. So the scale is from 1 to 10, 5 being the average, 0 being no effect at all, and 10 being extremely like fatal. If it's fighting for championship, it's not going to win. If it's fighting relegation, they are definitely going to be relegated by February. So I just want to tell you that we still have whatever you think of Africa Cup of Nations and players leaving, you still have a lot of time to recover whatever it is that you're going to lose with African players coming this side. So I'll start in their order. Oh, sorry, I just knocked the camera. I don't think I'm in a very good mood. Okay, I just knocked the camera. I'll fix it a bit here. Okay. Okay, I'll try to calm down and act more responsibly. Okay, so please find time to comment. Tell me what you think about the Africa Cup of Nations. Tell me what you think about especially the journalists. I don't have a lot of problem with the teams. The teams have been playing ball, and I want to personally acknowledge I'm a Chelsea fan, but I have got utmost respect for 2 Arsenal legends. There is Ian Wright, who recorded a video and actually commented on that, and the disrespect is actually at another level. So I have got much respect for Ian Wright for speaking out, and also Vieira. Vieira could have played for Senegal, but he chose to play for France, and he's going to be affected. His team is actually affected, but he chose to let the players go, which I respect him a lot for that. And he spoke probably, yeah, he's the only black manager in EPL. And I think that's where it comes from, the understanding. But I just think it's just an intelligent human being who understands, who values people is there. So I'll start with Arsenal. Arsenal will be losing by Aubameyang, Partey, and Elneny. I don't know Elneny if he's making the Egypt national team, and Pepe. So you look at it, I think I'm going to give it a rating of 4 because 1, Aubameyang, the only person that I think they're actually missing there is Thomas Partey, who's going with Ghana. The rest, they can do without. They don't need them. Aubameyang has been banished from the team, and you know his misbehavior. So I don't think they're losing much. So I'll put it at 4 because the squad will be thin. Then you have Aston Villa. Aston Villa are losing two players whom they rarely play them in the first 11. So Trezeguet and Bertrand Traore are just squad players, so they'll be okay. So I've given them a rating of 3 because it's only 2 players. So I'll say the effect 1 to 10, I'll put it on 3. Then Brentford, I'll put it at 0 because Frank Onyeka, I don't think he plays a lot. I don't watch a lot of Brentford. I watch them play. I love their type of play and how they're energetic. But Frank Onyeka, okay, I keep saying French. Okay, Frank Onyeka doesn't play a lot of football, but because he's a player and they are small with a very thin club, they are a club with a very thin squad, so I would understand. So I put it at 0 though. Then Brighton is losing 1 player, but the value of the player, I'll put it at, the effect is at 5 because if Bissouma is a key player in the Brighton system and how they play and everything about the team, without that player, I think it's losing him, especially for a month. It might not be for a month because I don't think the team will go very far, but no disrespect, they are very strong teams there in the Africa Cup of Nations. So you won't miss a lot of games, but I'll put it at 5 for the games that you won't be playing. Then you have Burnley, who signed the most unBurnley player, if there's a word like that. He's not a Burnley type of player, and he doesn't score tap-ins. Maxwell Cornet is a very, very fantastic player, and losing him, I've put the effect also on 5 because the struggle for goals. They had a Chris Wood who always scored double figures every season, and now he's been struggling this season. So they've been relying on Maxwell Cornet, who has been scoring. Of course, he's always injured most of the time, but when he's fit, he doesn't score tap-ins. So it's going to be a very huge effect. Then we move on so I put it at 5. Chelsea, I'm going to put it at 4. Hear me out here. I know Mendy has been... okay, I don't need to argue with you. Mendy has been the best goalkeeper in 2021. He's the best goalkeeper in the world in 2021. So Chelsea losing him, his replacement is the world's most expensive goalkeeper. Of course, people have lost a lot of respect for him because of his poor form. But if you check his performance in the past, this season and the end of last season, he wasn't that bad. He's a comfortable pair of hands, and I think Chelsea will be fine without Mendy because Chelsea doesn't concede a lot of shots. So he doesn't have a lot to do. Of course, we've been conceding a lot of freakish goals, like almost every game. There's always that stupid-looking goal that we concede. So maybe the change of goalkeeper will mean the change of fortune. So yeah, it's not that bad. It's 4. But I think it's going to be, it's most likely that is going to be gone for until the final, because Senegal is very strong. He is going with a strong team. Then you have Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, I'm going to put it at 6 because of the type of players that they are losing. They're losing Jordan Ayew, Wilfred Zaha, and Kouyaté. They are going to Cote d'Ivoire and Senegal, which are very strong teams. And these teams have a good chance of reaching the final. So they'll be going, and these players have been playing in the first 11. They're key players in the Crystal Palace system. But as I said earlier, I want to give all the respect to Patrick Vieira. He knows the effect of it, but he's still happy to let the players go, and he still recognizes the importance of the Africa Cup of Nations and the pride that it gives the player representing their own nation. Then Everton, I'm going to put it at 0 because Iwobi can be replaced by any player. He's not that good. He has no end product, and he's just a player that runs around, and you can get anyone to do that running around. So Everton losing one player and no effect. It's exactly the same effect for Leeds, because Leeds is no African player. So it's 0, no player that they are losing. Then we move on to Leicester City. Leicester City, I think I'm going to put it at 7. The reason why I'm putting it at 7 is because Leicester City is in trouble with the injuries and COVID. And now I remember they played Ndidi and Amate in CB, and now they won't be having them. So it's going to be very difficult. And then they are losing Kelechi Iheanacho to Nigeria, which is going to actually make things worse, because Vardy has been he's not been in top form, but when he's available also, he's not available a lot because he's getting injured a lot. So it's going to be a very difficult month for Leicester City. Their advantage is 2 of their players are going to Nigeria, which is struggling. They've already replaced the coach, and I don't know what they're going to do if the coach managed to win the Africa Cup of Nations, because it's been told already that he's getting replaced. They've already announced the replacement, and I don't know how this is going to look. So then we go to Liverpool. Liverpool are challenging for the Premier League, and they've been one of the best teams in the Premier League. But they're going to lose the key players that they have in the team. They're losing, I don't know if Matip has been called. Okay, guys, feel free to correct me, because I know I'm going to get a few things wrong there. But I hope that you don't have anything to correct me on, because I try to do my research, but it's not always comprehensive. I always get something wrong. That's what I do. So Salah, Mane, Matip, and Keita, those are key players in the team, and losing them is going to give a huge dent. I know Jota has been scoring, and Jota and Firmino and Chamberlain. I don't know if that's a formula to hold the fort while you have Mane and Salah missing. Then Keita is been scoring these output goals here and there. I don't know where he's getting that from, but and we know that the COVID is actually eating through the team. Even the coach is out for the Chelsea game. So it's actually a very difficult time that they're going through, and losing other players is not going to make things easy. Then Manchester City, the effect. So Liverpool, the effect, I'm going to put it at 8 because they're challenging. But if you look at it now, the games that they're going to be missing, the games that these players are going to be missing, the Premier League games, it's not much. They can actually manage to go through these games, but you know how it is with EPL. Then we have Manchester City. Manchester City, I'm going to put it at 0 because Riyad Mahrez, although he's probably, I think he should be the top goal scorer. They are leading goal scorer in the Premier League. But Manchester City has got a very big squad. They don't have injury problems this season. So they're okay and comfortable. They can easily replace Mahrez. Anyone is replaceable at Manchester City. So I put it at 0. They're losing a key player, but it won't be failed. Then you go on to Manchester United. They're losing one player, and also I'm going to put the effect on 0 because it's Eric Bailly. Eric Bailly is one of those players that is, they just keep him for the vibes. They don't even need him. They need him because they play Maguire. But they don't play him. The coaches don't find him appealing. They just don't play him. So the effect is on 0. It's exactly the same with Newcastle and Norwich. It's 0 as well because Newcastle and Norwich has no African players as well. Then Southampton, they're missing one player, Musa Jenepo, who is just Musa Jenepo. He doesn't do a lot in the team, and he's really available. He gets injured every time he looks at the ball. So it doesn't do much for the team, so the effect is on 1. So I'll rate it on 1. Tottenham is 0 because they are not losing any player. They've got no African players there. Then Watford is in the relegation dogfight, and the matches that they are going to be playing while the African Cup of Nations is going on is against the relegation threatened teams as well. So they're like 6 pointers, and they need their squad. But to their advantage, because they managed to keep Emmanuel Dennis. So at least he's the leading goal scorer and is the man in form. So to their advantage, that will actually work in their favor. But they're losing Ismail Issa, Adam Masina, and Trustekong to Nigeria, which is a very huge dent to the team. Their defense is not going to be very strong because they are losing 2 key players there in the defense, and also their attack is Ismail Issa, who starts most of the attacks. So they are going to. I'm going to put it at Watford at 6 because the key players that are missing. Then West Ham is 2. Said Benrahma is a very good player. He's played most of the games for Watford this season. He's been a constant feature in the team, but they can manage without him. They'll be okay. They can easily replace him. They've got a squad good enough to go through this phase. Then lastly for Wolves. Wolves is the Portugal. If Portugal was in Africa, then it was going to be a disaster. But luckily for them, Portugal is in Europe. So Willy Bolly and Roman Saiz are 2 key players that they'll be missing, and it's going to. They have been keeping a lot of clean sheets. They've been very constant. Even their goalkeeper has been keeping them in the team in the run. But losing key players in defense is going to change how they appear in their performance. So there it is. So Wolves, I'm going to put it at 4 and West Ham at 2. So tell me what you think. Am I out of my mind, which most people think? But I'd like to hear what you think. Let's get the conversation going. Thank you. I'll be posting my prediction very soon for the Africa Cup of Nations. Chat to you soon. Thank you.